cycle out of Wisconsin. A big get for head coach Aaron Virtue.
Demetrician with the serve. Thomas with the setup. Great dig by the Wolverines. And the attack from Jacobs just goes out of bounds. Southern Indiana. Screaming Eagles with the serve. Dig from Jacobs. Set up for the attack, but she goes subtle with it instead of slamming it. And Jacobs. We're going to watch that tall toss. Look at that, out of the camera frame. And Audrey Small just going to get control of it. Point goes to Michigan.
Which meant there was only one blocker in play, and that blocker did not get enough of a hand on the ball.
Served by the Screaming Eagles. Cochran with control to Burke. Jacobs with the attack. Point for the Wolverines there. What a slam.
Cochran, Burke, Jacobs.
Troutman heads out for Southern Indiana. Jacobs. Demetrician. Great control by Moore. Hits down, back and forth there between blocks and attacks. Jacobs with the kill.
Jacobs is really the only Wolverine we see attack from that back. A double whammy into that gentleman in the front row seat.
Fair, Troutman. Willis just the tap. Burke, great grab. Cochran up to Jacobs, who slams it down for the kill.
Late were the blockers on that reaction to Lydia Johnson's hit.
Cochran with the serve. Fair. Troutman. Willis with the attack. Cochran. Jacobs just hits it over. And it lands in the Screaming Eagles area. Wolverines. Sends it in. Cochran. Burke. Johnson just kind of tips that, but great response by the Screaming Eagles. Troutman. Willis. Trying to keep it alive. Cochran just digs it over. Troutman. Murphy. That's hit back over by Johnson. Troutman. Murphy. That was Nettles.
Long point.
Back and forth. Jacobs gets that and just tips it over. Nettles had some great. Anderson is now in for the Screaming Eagles as well. So is Coleman. Coleman hits it over. Cochran to Burke to Jacobs. Great contact by, or attempt.
That, and they kind of sputtered and missed the tournament with a losing record.
Burke with the serve. Coleman to Thomas. Back to Coleman. Cochran to Burke. Demetrician hits that. Thomas makes contact. Willis. Small hits that over. Cochran sets it up to Burke. Jacobs. That's tipped, and the Wolverines will get the 10th point to tie it up. Anderson sets that up. And Jacobs just hits it. Contact made. Tosses it up. Serve comes in. Demetrician. Burke. Jacobs with the kill.
Service error. Not the end-all be-all, but you want to avoid those against Michigan.
Burke comes in to serve. Thomas set up for Coleman. Hits that down. Jacobs. Great control there. Hits it. Just taps it over. Thomas dives out. Wow. Start this fourth set. Small. Anderson tries to hit that up. Burke. The attack by Jacobs. And that one is difficult to control. Wolverines get their first point.
This set.
Nyambio comes in for Haynes for the Wolverines. Troutman to Willis. That's tipped. Burke. Cochran. Jacobs hits that over. And that one, another point for the Wolverines.
Grad student. So sure-handed, and when the Wolverines need it, they can rely on her.
Cochran with the serve. Moore. Murphy tried to hit that. That one was blocked. Cochran with the serve. Small. Troutman. Murphy. That one's blocked. Samara Gordon are in. White to Jacobs for the kill. With the serve. Jacobs takes the contact at first set of Cochran. Haynes hits that up. Bianca Anderson keeps it alive. White up to Jacobs for the kill. Anderson sub out. Jacobs hits that over, and that one lands for the kill.